right, James. What have you learned from your 5 or so months as student body president?
One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that it takes a lot of planning ahead in order to take an idea from its conception to executing it. It's very rewarding to work with a really passionate group of people and getting to create events and support initiatives that will make Laurentians' lives easier or let Laurentians have fun and let loose is a really great experience. But it does take a lot of work and discipline in order to do so. So I've definitely learned a lot about sort of maturity and professionalism in working with the student council.
Yeah. Tougher than Grizz?
Definitely tougher than Grizz.
All right, tougher than Grizz. Now, before the break, James, Stuco had a well-attended holiday coffee house in the bathhouse. Most would describe it as a success.
Right.
We actually have footage of it in the show today.
That's fantastic.
So, but you've also had some less successful events. Your first town hall meeting, if I'm right in saying, there were more Stuco members than there were attendees. Now, coffee house, it's a very appealing thing for most people. How do you make policy discussion about the school something that's appealing? I don't know if it would be appealing.
Right.
You guys had a very well-attended Mizzou talk when that crisis was breaking out. Sienna put together with the Diversity Council that talk, and that was very well-attended.
Right.
So how do we encourage sort of the inter-school policy?
Right. So when student council set its goals for the beginning of the year, we said we wanted student council to be more accessible and more approachable to the student body. There's been sort of a stigma or mindset, at least from our perceptions, that student council is this group of people that are unreachable or unapproachable. But one of our goals was to eliminate that misconception. And so when we were thinking about what activities and what events we were going to host throughout the year, we said, all right, well, we want to have those activities fit. We want them to be in line with our goals. And so you've noticed throughout the year that we've had icebreaker events like Candy Fridays and doing donuts and fun activities, hopefully to getting to know students through Spirit Week and other fun initiatives on the personal level. Because, I mean, the setting during school meeting, for example, isn't incredibly intimate.
Yeah.
So through becoming more approachable, we want people to be more open to talking, not just to each other, but to us about issues that confront both the Lawrenceville community and our nation and world in general. So you'll notice that our first town hall meeting was an effort to gauge what medium will work in discussing these issues. And we discovered that, not a lot of Laurentians were interested in attending that town hall meeting, and that's something we learned from. And going forward, we've taken those lessons and we're trying to apply what we've learned in order to make Laurentians more aware and more willing to confront issues and find a medium that actually works.
And just a little update on the Parietals discussion.
Right.
Would you have anything more to say? Anything for people that are interested in knowing?
Sure. So obviously the Parietals proposal has a long history. So right now what's happening is before the break, student council put together a series of ideas of proposals, and over the break we've been working to lay the fundamental layout of all of those proposals. And so now we're in the stages of refining those first drafts with the assistance of Dean Eldridge, Dean Thomas, and after we finalize those first drafts, we're going to take it to the next level.
I see. And that next level, talking to House Masters, do they vote?
For Parietals, we will be presenting it to the House Masters, and that's going to be a larger discussion.
Okay.
And we're going to be comparing our new proposal to what was proposed before, and we're going to see if we can reach a compromise.
I see. And then ideally that would be within the year, or would that be carried on to the next year?
I'd say definitely within the year. It's hard to imagine what the timeline will be at this point, but hopefully we can reach some sort of agreement by the end of winter term.
Okay.
Something hopefully that will be able to go into effect in the spring.
Okay. And then sort of last year you told me in your interview before you became student body president,
Mm-hmm.
Your goal was to energize students to attend more events, I guess more social events.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you guys have been relatively successful in that?
I'd say certainly. I think Spirit Week, for example, was far more lively than it has been in the past. I'm sure you got footage of everyone running around after the football game. The debate was incredibly lively. In that regard, I think we have been very positive in terms of Spirit, energizing Laurentians. When it comes to school meeting, we've made an effort, especially this term, to include more performances in school meeting, because one of the things that we're very wary of is making sure that we take both student, faculty input into consideration. That's why we do feedback at the end. We did feedback at the end of the fall term. That's why we did feedback at the end of last spring. So along with initiatives like Candy Fridays and all of that, I think we're trying certainly to energize Laurentians, and we're learning from those initiatives. So this term, hopefully, the winter is a great challenge. It's cold, not many Laurentians want to go outside, so we're making a big effort to make sure that spirit stays alive for the winter.